My name is Travis Chapman. I'm the president and CEO of Local Mortgage. I've got my brother Derek Chapman, who's the vice president of our company, with me today. Today we're talking about the very first step in our guide, which is to check and improve your credit score. The one reason that we made this the very first step is this will benefit your overall financial health. Improving your score is always a good thing. And as it relates to buying a home, you're certainly going to want to make sure that your credit score is as high as possible before you go to apply.
Yeah, and that's one of the first things we do with our clients is go ahead and jump into credit, figure out what those scores are. The reason that's the first thing we do, or one of the first things we do, is because if there's anything to repair or fix on your credit report, those fixes can take some time. It might be 30 days, it could be longer than that. So we want to make sure we get started early and getting those, whatever those issues are, addressed.
Yeah, I think the earlier the better. Let's talk a little bit about the different score ranges. I think technically credit scores can go from 350 all the way up to 850. But generally, we're going to see if a client has had some credit troubles, they may be in the low 500s, and if they have excellent credit, they may be slightly above 800.
780 and above is going to be your best tier in terms of your mortgage rates. As scores decrease, interest rates can typically increase. The minimum for most loan products is a 620. Though I will say we've seen thousands of loans. When you get to the 620 area, and particularly below, there can be some concerns for the overall loan approval itself.
Yeah, and there are different scores out there. There's a lot of information, there's different apps, and one reason you may see a different credit score versus what your lender sees is because each of the three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they all have different models. I think that Equifax and Experian has, I think there's 16 different models. TransUnion is, I think, maybe 21. So they all have different models, and all of these models are used for different industries. For example, a credit card issuer will have their own model that they use. An automobile lender, they have their own model. And as mortgage, we certainly have our own model, and that tends to be the most strict in terms of score, primarily because we're lending the most money.
And so what I would recommend is get with your loan officer and have them do a soft credit check. A soft credit check does not impact your scores like a hard inquiry. To dispel that a little bit, one hard inquiry is not going to impact your credit scores. If you have multiple hard inquiries, that at some point will most certainly impact your credit scores. But again, a soft credit check does not. So it's a way for us to get your mortgage scores without impacting your credit, figure out where we are, and get that game plan together.
Yeah, it's a good tool, especially for early stage, kind of trying to put a game plan together, as you said. One other thing that I'd like to address a little bit is that if you think that you've had some credit troubles, you're not sure, definitely reach out to a lender. I think it's a very good step. And a good mortgage lender is going to tell you exactly what you need to do to improve those scores. Generally, our advice is going to center around, first off, paying any past dues or collection amounts, making sure that you have a good, clean 12 to 24 month pay history. And then once you've established that, you can start to pick up additional points on your credit score by paying down revolving balances and then managing those hard inquiries that we talked about. Anything else that we may have missed?
No, just to kind of recap a couple things. It's always good to start early. If you have something to work through, getting started early can really kind of put you ahead of the game. Check your mortgage scores with a soft pull. As we mentioned, that's a really good way to figure out where you stand and start putting that game plan together. And then lastly, as Travis just mentioned, performance is everything when it comes to credit reporting and credit scoring. So manage those balances, manage those inquiries, and turn in that good performance month over month.
Yeah, that's all great advice. So thank you so much for watching the first episode of our series. Our guide is available for download at localmortgage.com. And if you have any questions, you can reach us at 901-504-4663. Thank you so much for watching.